Good morning. Welcome to day 6 of our 40 days of prayer together, Shameless, Audacity. Today, Mark takes us into a parable in the beginning of Luke chapter 11. And this parable is about a man who has a friend come to him after a long journey, and he has nothing to provide for that friend who's weary. And so he goes to his neighbor and he bangs on his door until he provides what that man needs. And so I think what stood out to me most today was the need to be persistent about praying for the needs of others. I tend to be persistent, relatively consistent, praying for my needs, maybe the people close to me in my circle, but how persistent am I praying for the needs of others? And I'm thinking specifically right now, the bread of life, Jesus. He was knocking on his neighbor's door, who in this parable is God. He was knocking on his door until he provided bread. We have access to the bread of life that people need, who come into our life, that people need, who in our community, who we're trying to reach out to as the Way Fellowship. And the question is, are we persistent asking God to meet that need? God desires, He's looking for people who will be that middleman, who first understand it's our job to deliver that bread. The neighbor didn't get up and deliver that bread. The man delivered that bread, but he didn't have it. It wasn't his to give, but he delivered it. Are we willing to humble ourselves to recognize we don't have it? We may have all sorts of great arguments. We may be the best equipped in apologetic responses and philosophical answers. But no matter what answer we give, if the Lord hasn't provided, there's no salvation that's going to happen there. And so are we humble enough to recognize we must go to God on their behalf so that they'll find Him? And are we willing to do that persistently? Are we willing to commit that day in and day out, we're going to pray for our family members who don't know Jesus, for our friends who don't know Jesus, for co-workers that don't know Jesus? Are we willing to pray day in and day out for our community, Kernersville, North Carolina? Are we going to pray consistently for revival in Kernersville? That's our job as a fellowship, is to make disciples in Kernersville. We can't do that by ourselves. God must provide that. But are we praying for that? Are we getting our hearts prepared for that? Are we desiring that so much so that we're on our knees daily asking for that? And so that's my encouragement for each of us today, to really commit to praying consistently for the needs of those around us in our community and in our lives. Love you guys.